Now we're cooking. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sport.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, Wilson. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On second down, Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
He'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Rodgers going to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They pitch it out to Cook. He's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. There he goes again, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards, and another first down. Rodgers now on first down. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Rodgers to throw on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. That'll bring up second down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
On second down, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Reset. Hey, easy.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Completes it to Powell. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. A toss to Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Get reset. Hey, easy.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And he finds Tyler Croft. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. They find some open field here. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. On third down, here's Williams. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Rodgers now to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. How did he stay on his feet? And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll run it with Williams. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
To throw is Wilson. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So the defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll roll him out right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. He got 29 yards that time. So that's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's fine, yeah.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On 1st down, Rodgers. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
319!
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Let's go, come on.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Yeah, Liz. Zoom.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On second down, Wilson. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play from him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Couldn't just sit on it here because they had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards at a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson now. Going to throw again. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Wilson now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jake Ryan leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
So another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Wilson wants to throw it, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd down, that's Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And now the Packers going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. He's back to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Here's Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and hope to... No, that's what they had to do. Right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team that has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and go home a winner.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.